To be plain doesn't mean that you are Amish necessarily. And I say this because, like, for example, to be Amish is a specific type of plain. To be plain is a culture, it's a lifestyle. You live a plain life. And when you do that, you wear a specific type of clothing. For example, many Amish people will wear a dress that has a cape over it, but this cape actually looks like this. It's not together in the front. I've never seen Amish people that wear a whole cape that is not separated in the front. That's not something I've seen. Now, it may happen that some Amish people might, but wearing a cape doesn't mean that you're Amish. This is a more liberal Amish type of dress and a more liberal covering. See that? That's way more liberal than what, like, some Amish are. Other Amish, they might wear a covering that looks somewhat different, and it may be way more conservative and way less boxy. We call those the box kappa. This is a koptu, and when we wear a koptu, this is how we're supposed to wear it. Now, in some communities, we may go like this and wear it like this. If it's a hot day, you might be wearing your koptu like this in some communities. Other communities may not allow that. And the one thing that I want to point out about this one is, even though it's more liberal, notice how it still covers my ears. It covers my ears, y'all. Got to cover the ear. And then here's another thing. This is an iwakop. It's a winter bonnet for Amish people. And we wear it over the covering when we went visiting or when we went to church, like it's supposed to be tied properly. Being plain doesn't mean that you're Amish, doesn't mean that you're Mennonite, doesn't mean that you're Dunkard Brethren or Quaker or any of the plethora of other groups that live a more plain lifestyle. And I wanted to talk about that because quite frequently people see somebody that lives plain and they label them as Amish. Not all plain people are Amish. And not all Amish are plain. Not like you think they are. So it's important to remember that there's diversity amongst groups of people. And sometimes we have to acknowledge that really the plain people that we see may not be what we think they are. So maybe we need to ask if they are Amish, instead of assuming that people are Amish because of the plain dress. Because you see the difference in what it looks like as soon as I take off my red jacket. Just because somebody wears the same type of clothing doesn't mean that they're, like, exactly the same. Like, as plain people, we could literally sit there and we can look at each other and we can know where that person is from sometimes, purely based on the type of covering they're wearing, the type of plain clothing they're wearing, etc. That looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? I look like a normal person now. Now, I just want to point something out. This is a very plain style dress. It is probably really fancy with these frills and probably with this pattern. This is a pretty large pattern after all. But from my understanding, this is more close to what I've seen many Mennonites wear. It's just my perception. I don't know. So I'd like to ask Mennonites, does this dress actually look more Mennonite than the previous dress that I had on? Or is it a mixture between the two? Thank you. I'd really like to know. And I'm not saying that as in, like, I need to know what undergarments you wear. I don't care. That's not no. I'm trying to help my listeners understand better how we are different, but also the same. We're all humans, right? Like, again, if I take this off, I'm going to be looking like a normal person on the street. So anyway, so thank you all for staying with me. I appreciate it. I hope this helps people understand better that there are cultural differences, and Amish are not Mennonite, and Mennonite are not Amish, while being plain is not synonymous with being Amish. Have a good day.